Am I the asshole for going to my best friend's wedding over my brother's? Anonymous account. My best friend got engaged last year and they are doing an international wedding, so they were very on top of it with securing a wedding date and sending out the save the dates. I received mine a couple of months ago and accepted being a groomsman about a month ago. I'm super stoked to be there for him, and the wedding will also be a vacation for my fiancé, and my little brother also got engaged last year and they have been planning a wedding but not sharing many details with family. My mom, my aunt, and myself told him multiple times that I would be unavailable the weekend of my best friend's wedding. To not leave any confusion, he was told the exact date multiple times. Well, we all recently got the save the date cards from my little brother and it's the same date as my best friend's wedding. When my mom opened up the card in front of him, her heart dropped and she said, "What about your brother?" To which he replied, "Oh, he will figure it out." Turns out he never told his fiancée about this date, so she has been planning without knowing this. Now he is claiming that he forgot about multiple people telling him multiple times and is pushing the line that since he is family I should bail on the other wedding and go to his. I tried to look into even making both work because I genuinely want to be at my brother's wedding. I'm not going out of spite or because I have a random trip, concert tickets, or it's someone's wedding I'm just going to. This is my best friend's wedding that I've known for over 25 years. When I told my brother I couldn't make it, he gave me the line of, "But I'm your brother," which really sucked to hear. If I could be at both I would be, and I'm sure he is sad, but I just can't be there. This has caused more drama in the family than I want. His future Phil called my mom and said that I should skip my friend's wedding and go to the family wedding because family comes first. My mom, myself, and my aunt all disagree. He was told multiple times by multiple people, and whether it's because he messed up by not telling his fiancée or that he forgot, it apparently was not important enough to him to have me there, so he picked one of the 2 weekends all next year I said I couldn't be at. The family wants him to change the date of the wedding, and I have told him to just go through with it and have a great wedding and that I'm sorry I can't be there. So am I the asshole for keeping a commitment to my best friend and not wavering on it because of a family member's disregard? Edit. Wanted to clarify something after someone asked for info. We did not directly tell his fiancée. She is generally a recluse and hasn't been communicating with myself, my mom, or my aunt about the wedding, just doing her own thing. We just assumed my brother would tell her. Now in hindsight we should have just told her. Edit 2. Thank you so much for all the kind words, everyone. Haven't been called an asshole yet, so that's a good sign. I'm going to stick to my guns on this one and go to my friend's wedding. My mom called my little brother and after urging him to change the wedding date he told her to fuck off. But apparently after talking to my aunt they might consider it. It is what it is, but again thank you for taking the time out of your day to reach out. Not the asshole. You told him about your commitment before he chose his date. It's sad, but your absence has everything to do with his lack of planning, not your lack of heart. Not the asshole. Your brother did this on purpose. He wants you to prove how much you love him by choosing to go to his wedding and ditching your best friend's wedding. Not the asshole. You have a prior engagement, where you are also in the wedding party. He knew the date you weren't available, but apparently it wasn't important enough to plan around that. In this situation I would have chosen my good friends as well, as they were first and you had accepted the invitation before your brothers even reached you. Is it possible that your brother is jealous of your relationship with your best friend? Maybe he planned it this way to make you choose him instead of your BF? Either way, it doesn't matter, but might give you insight into the real issue. You already committed to your best friend's wedding, and you are in the wedding. Your brother was informed of the dates you were unavailable and chose them anyway. Not the asshole. Not the asshole. This is on your little brother to fix, either by accepting you won't be there or by changing the date, which will involve figuring it out with his fiancée. Am I the asshole for refusing to split half of the check for dinner with my best friend like we usually do? My best friend, Vanessa 24 female and I 25 female have been friends since the 2nd grade. We've been supportive of each other's successes and accomplishments, and we're always there when one of us needed the other. We've also always split the check when we go out for dinner or brunch or anything like that. We've agreed to do that for a long time. Plus it saves time and doesn't complicate things for us and the servers, and it didn't matter how much one of us ordered. She was the one who suggested it and I was like, okay, sure. I'm not really a big eater, so whenever we would go out, I would only order about 15–35% of the entire price for both. Vanessa, on the other hand, always has a huge appetite and would order 65–85%. The percentages depend on the occasion, appetites, and the price of the food. Recently, Vanessa got a huge promotion at her job for which she has been working her ass off and she wanted to celebrate, so she suggested that we go out to this fine dining restaurant nearby and I agreed because she deserved it. But before I continue, I should add that a few weeks prior, my older sister Bianca told me how ridiculous it was that I was splitting the check by paying half of it when I would only order food that amounted to only a quarter of the check. So before Vanessa and I ordered our food, I told her that I want to only pay for the food that I will order. She said, okay. When she saw that I was actually paying for my own food, she was like, wait, you were being serious before? Yes, I was being serious, and she said, oh, I wouldn't have ordered so much if I knew you were being serious. The total bill was around $560 and I only ordered around $145 worth of food. I asked her why wouldn't she think I was being serious and she said that it's because we've been splitting the check in half for so long that she literally thought that I was joking. I told her that I'm just sick and tired of paying half when I only order a small percentage. Like, I'm paying at least $50 more than I should every time. So she became a bit mad and said, and you just decided to be a bitch and pull this stunt on the day when I got promoted? Fine then, I will pay for my food, and she did and just exited right after without even waiting for me, which was not cool because she had picked me up at my place and drove us here so I had to call an Uber and pay $36 for the ride home. This morning, my phone is full of messages from my other friends saying that I was an asshole for demanding this on the day of her big promotion and for being a cheapskate. I just don't want to overpay so much. It's fine if it's $10, $20 more than what I ordered, but over $50. That amount can go towards necessities and bills. So, am I the asshole? Edit. I earn about $90K per year, minus or plus because I have several jobs, which includes dog training for which I charge $80 $100 per hour. Vanessa earned a little bit more with one stable job and since her promotion she now earns 6 figures. Not the asshole, oh, I wouldn't have ordered so much if I knew you were being serious. Everything up to that point could have been an innocent mistake but that comment shows she's been taking advantage of you. Not the asshole. The fact that she flat out said that she would have ordered less if she knew you weren't subsidizing her meal? She's been doing this, on purpose, for a long time. She knew full well what she was doing and did it without guilt or second thought. You flat out told her that you weren't going to subsidize her anymore and she just assumed you would keep doing it because she's so used to taking advantage of you that she didn't even consider that you'd stop it. You mentioned she earns more and you don't understand why she would do this. I earn more than my friends. I often go way over the top when we go out to eat. And you know what happens? I pay more than my share to make sure no one has to pay for me. She doesn't sound like a friend, she sounds like a user. Not the asshole. The total bill was around $560. What the living fuck? Oh, I wouldn't have ordered so much if I knew you were being serious translates to. If I knew you weren't going to be paying for me, I wouldn't have ordered the most expensive items. That's pretty bad. You are not obligated to financially support your friend. I think splitting a check 50-50 when you are not eating equal amounts is weird and I would suggest you stop doing that in the future. She's mad because you're taking away the gravy train she's so used to. Her response was entitled, but I wouldn't lose a friend over it. Just pay your own way moving forward. If she can't handle that, she is not your friend but your dependent. Not the asshole you told her beforehand. Then she agrees, to what she thought was a joke. And when she sees it's true she says this. Oh, I wouldn't have ordered so much if I knew you were being serious. She basically admitted taking advantage of you and called you out for stopping it politely, telling her beforehand. Not telling she's taking advantage of you, just saying you'd like to pay only for your food. Am I the asshole for not partaking in my husband's hobbies? My husband, 34 male, and I, 31 female, have been together for 11 years, married for 8. We've always been opposites. My husband likes to play video games and 4x a month he goes to these meetings where they sit around and eat and talk about politics, current events etc. We have 2 kids, 4 and 5 years old. We both work full-time. I am the only one who does the errands and cleans and does laundry etc. My mom's lives with us and does help some. He won't help because he makes more money than I do so he says it's on me. This is a topic of contention and would be something for another post. A few weeks ago we got into it. He was saying how I make no effort to do things with him and he's made every effort possible and now it's up to me to fix it because he can't anymore. I don't really have any hobbies. After work I cook dinner, bathe the kids and get them ready for bed. We both put them to bed, usually, and then I shower and watch a little TV before bed. He used to occasionally lay on the couch with me as I watched TV. Paying attention every so often, but mostly on his phone. This is what he's referring to when he says he's tried. Because he partakes in my hobbies, he stopped sitting with me during my shows a long time ago because I don't go to his hobbies. We were in therapy last year and this was brought up. She suggested we find something new to do together that we'd both like. I brainstormed a list. We agreed on doing a weekly home date night where we'd watch a show we both liked and make a different adult beverage each time. We did this for a couple months, then it stopped. It recently came out that he never enjoyed doing that. I researched some video games we could play as a couple and bought one. We've played it 3x. He has no interest in it. Video games in general give me motion sickness and I can only play so long before I am nauseated and have to stop. He knows this but says I have to power through it and eventually it won't affect. Currently he's playing one video game almost exclusively that is on the computer. In order for me to play, I'd have to have my own gaming computer, which he says is over $1,000. He said he'd buy it for me, but I know when I inevitably don't play that often, he'd be mad that he wasted that money. The meetups he goes to are during the week after work. If I went, we'd have to hire a sitter. Sometimes he gets home from this after midnight. I can't get home that late then be up early for work the next day. I am introverted and being in a big group of people who are discussing things I'm not interested sounds awful to me. I know if I went I'd not talk much and he has said that if I went and didn't talk much he'd be angry. So that makes me want to go even less because then it'd be an argument after. I'm not sure what to do. Am I the asshole for not doing his hobbies? I feel like I'm drowning already with work, the kids and house stuff, so trying to add more to that just doesn't seem possible. Not the asshole. This is an absolute disaster. You could both have hobbies if he helped but he doesn't. Then not only guilts you for not coming with him but also states you have to basically perform or he'll be mad. Love, take off the blindfold. This man is the definition of toxic. Edit. Removed question about why mom can't help. Your husband does not act like a partner. He acts like a single man with no children. Tell him if he stepped up in other areas, you would have more energy to engage in his hobbies. Although, I admit I have zero faith in him actually changing his behavior. It does not seem like he is interested in compromising to find a solution as much as he is getting you to submit to his requests. Not the asshole. If he can't be bothered to help around the house or raise his own kids because he makes more money than you, not because he physically spends significantly more time at work, then he should be prepared for the fact that you're going to be too tired to be his parent as well. Doesn't sound like an equal partner. I make more money than my husband but we both work full time, so all household stuff is also done evenly. Both working equals both help. Not the asshole. He sounds like a right prat.